most people don't realize that they have the potential to give immense value to the world. And if there's one thing I could convince you about, is the fact that you are what I could call a value creator, right? At least a potential value creator. And I want to unpack a bit about what that means and how we can see ourselves as a system that's designed to give value to the world, right? So maybe it's important to think a bit about what we mean when we talk about value. Something is valuable when it benefits something or someone and fulfills either a want or a need that they may have. Right? So the things that you have that are valuable to you, whether it's your devices, whether it's your material, whether it's your physical things, whatever, friendships, relationships, etc. Those things are valuable to you because they fulfill a want or a need that you may have, right? Whether it's an emotional need, a spiritual need, a psychological need, a physical need, an emotional need. The things that we find valuable are valuable to us because they benefit us by either fulfilling a want or a need. When I say that each individual that exists on this earth is a value creator, a potential value creator, the point I'm making is that each of us possesses something internal within us that is of potential value to someone, in that it can serve a want or a need. And I think deep down, most of us actually have this inkling that that's there, that there's something in us that could be of benefit to the world. Now, I like using the term value creator, and I think there's a certain meaning to it beyond just the fact of benefiting a want or fulfilling a want or a need. It's the idea that there are unique things about us which can fulfill a need in a way which no one else can fulfill. So you as an individual have certain things about you that are uniquely yours, right? There are things about you that no other person on this planet has, whether it's your personality, whether it's your temperament, whether it's your experiences, whether it's your knowledge, your skill, and not only those individual things, but how all those things come together. Right? So even though you might have studied certain things with your classmates, you might have studied the exact same thing, you might have graduated with the same qualification, you might have experienced the same technical understanding of things, there are things about your experience which they don't have, which when it's combined with that knowledge and skill, brings about something that is uniquely yours, that no one else on this planet can carry out or can fulfill. So there's a uniqueness, there's an individuality to it that brings about the value, that makes it uniquely distinct, or that makes it uniquely valuable, which there's something about you that I don't have, and there's something about me that you don't have. And that something about me, which is distinct and unique, can fulfill a benefit, a want, a need that someone else has. Now, it's important that we see ourselves as value creators. And for me, I think that that's a higher label than even our job titles or our careers, because there's a value that we can give even beyond our job titles, as important and as significant as those are, or even our qualifications or our backgrounds, or whatever those things may be. Whatever label you may put on yourself, it's likely that there's a value that you can give even beyond and outside of that specific label. But all of that can be summarized as being value, right? All of the benefits and the gifts and talents and the wants and the needs that you can serve outside of your specific job title are what I'm calling value. Now, why is this significant? It's because of the idea that we can then give value beyond just our titles. Most people, a lot of people are in jobs or in specific positions or in specific places in life, but feel that there's something more that they could give, right? So for example, I like using the example of someone who's a teacher, for example, but who knows that they have this gift of singing, or someone who might be, a tradesman or whatever, but they know that they've got this other skill or this other talent of playing soccer or of using their body in a certain way. And there is a value that they can give even beyond the specific position that they're in, which they might not even realize because they limit themselves to the specific position or a title that they're in. And I think it's so critical to try and push out of the restraints of those job titles, because of the fact that we rob the world of not giving the value if we only limit ourselves to a specific sector or a specific position of our lives. That you are a value creator. And when you realize that you're a value creator, it comes with realizing that everything about yourself, all your experiences, even positive and negative experiences, some people have gone through trauma, etc., etc. Even the negative experiences, when they are learned from and grown from, can be a source of value and of benefit to someone else who is or was going through that thing, and which your experience can then benefit them with. Now, it's important to share this part. Something is only valuable when it is given to someone else, right? Or when it is received from someone else. What I mean by that is that if you and I, let's say you want to go to the store and you buy bread, the value of that bread is only valuable when it leaves the store and serves the need or the want that you and I have of hunger, right? For as long as the bread is in the store, the bread, yes, it has a price to it, but the bread has not yet become valuable because it has not yet served a want or a need, right? And the value comes when the thing that serves the want or a need actually does serve the want or the need. And many of us have innate or internal value that exists and it's sitting and it's gathering, dust because it has not yet been brought out, right? You're not giving the value that you have to give. This can be in any forms, right? It can be in sharing your story, it can be in helping someone in need, it can be in cultivating the talent or the gift or the whatever background that you may have. But the point I'm trying to emphasize is that the value of what we have to give only becomes valuable when it is given. So for as long as you and I contain and hold back on the knowledge, on the skills, on the abilities, on the experiences, on the understanding, on the unique things that we have come to experience, but don't give them to the world, those things, their true value is not yet fully realized. And I want to emphasize a specific point in touch with that, or in connection with that, is that everything about us, when we take time to unpack it, has potential value to another person, even potentially negative experiences, that when all these things work together, they can then produce good, right? That there is an internal value that comes with all these things working together. So your teaching background, your schooling, your gifts, your talents, your knowledge, the integration of those working together can be of benefit or value to someone else. Now, value is only, as I said, valuable when it is given. Now, the challenge with this is coming to realize that, look, there are things about you, there are things about yourself that you might think, they're just latent, they're just there, this teaching ability, this singing ability, this ability to talk or whatever. But those are truly potentially valuable in that they can serve a want or a need that someone else has. But that value only becomes real when those things are given. Now, how does one make this a reality? Is to think about, okay, the things that I know, the things that I experience, the things that I've come to terms or come to know, and whatever the talents and abilities I have, even the things that we enjoy doing, those are a potential source of value. But those become real when we ask ourselves, how could I benefit someone with this thing? How could I serve a want or a need with someone, or that someone may have with this thing? And when that becomes our frame of thinking, we'll see so many opportunities around us, right? We'll see so many opportunities to give value because the wants and the needs of this world are endless. There's an endless opportunity of wants that are in the world, and there's an endless opportunity of needs that are there. But when we see ourselves as being a potential source of meeting that need in our own unique way, in a way that no one else can, we can then fulfill the full potential of being a value creator.